Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the powerstop brake upgrade for the Ram TRX. Now, I know this is a little bit late. I was originally thinking I had a short overview of these brakes already on my channel, but then I realized I don't. So here it is, a little bit late, but I got some more information and a little bit different perspective. So I'm kind of glad that I had this opportunity and took this long to get this review out. So thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that sort of good stuff. It helps me out a ton. And let's get right into it. Okay, so if you own one of these trucks, you're probably well aware that they have no problem accelerating, but where they do have a problem is decelerating. The brakes in this truck are not adequate for stopping a 6,400-pound truck with 700 horsepower. So, in the famous words of Thomas and James from Throttle House, every time I have a TRX on the channel, my brakes are on fire. And let me tell you, that is not a lie. I have smoked the brakes in this truck, and that is not fun. So, roughly 9 months or so after I purchased the truck, maybe eight or 9 months, I was looking for a better option for the brakes in this truck because I knew I was going to be driving the truck a lot and I wanted to get that locked down. So granted, at this time the truck is still fairly new. There wasn't a lot of parts and upgrades for this truck available at that time. Willwood was just dropping their brakes. I couldn't find those in stock anywhere, and PowerStop had theirs out for a little while, but I couldn't find any of their extreme packages in stock. So I ended up going with, I believe it's the Z36 truck and tow package. For it, I will put up a screenshot of the exact parts that I bought for this truck. And so that's the package that I went with. It's about, want to say, $400 to $500. So it is a very cost-effective package, and that's what I ended up installing on the truck, and that's what I've been running for about a year now. So the Z36 brake upgrade comes with drilled and slotted rotors and carbon ceramic brake pads. So I was hoping that this would actually improve the braking feel of the truck, because out of all the new trucks that I've driven, I'd have to say the TRX is probably one of the least desirable as far as overall braking feel. But that really isn't the case. The brakes feel very much like they do from the factory. The only real difference is when you start to really get on these, you definitely feel more grab, and these things will slow you down better than what the factory ones will. And after off-roading this truck multiple times, doing a ton, countless 0 to 60, 0 to 100s, had this thing to the drag strip once, also have towed with this truck. After a lot of use in 8,000 miles, I have not been able to smoke the brakes or have any issues with brake fade or loss of overall braking power with these things for the most part, which is a huge improvement over factory, because I have definitely had those issues with this truck before I did this upgrade. So with these brakes, I definitely have to say mostly positive feedback, but there is a caveat to this. And so what I mean by caveat is I would have to say that I would give these brakes 100% up until recently. So I just got this truck back from Granger Motors in Iowa. They put the tire and package on it. This is pushing out about an extra 85 horsepower and about 52 foot-pounds of torque over what this truck was from the factory. So not a crazy horsepower upgrade, but enough that it's noticeable. So now, although these brakes are way better than what come from the factory, I do have to say that after getting this truck back and that extra horsepower, this truck is a chore to launch. Usually I would launch at about 1,500 RPMs, 15 to 16. That's usually where I'd see the best 0 to 60 times. But since I got it back, that many RPMs will most of the time push right through the brakes. Full brake pressure, and it's just too much power. It'll push right through it. So that's kind of a pain. Back in my truck because it was getting a little bit too cold outside. My garage is full, so I'm doing this outside in the cold weather. But in conclusion, if you're looking to get this upgrade, I would have to say 100% recommend. But one thing to keep in mind is if you're going to be upgrading the powertrain on your TRX, putting more horsepower out of it, I would maybe look for something a bit more extreme. I'm looking for something more extreme. I'm really not certain what I'm going to go with as of currently, but I'm definitely going to be upgrading the brakes again because I've got a lot of stuff planned for this fall, and I'm going to want a bit more braking power. So yeah, ultimately I'd have to say a huge win for these brakes, but if you are going to be pulling more power, for sure look into something a bit more powerful. So thank you so much for watching, and we will be seeing you in the next video, and all that, like and subscribe if you could. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you so much.